So the court's ruling to restore Han's position is the first judicial decision of a higher-ranking official to be ruled in relation to the martial law order. Will today's verdict be a bellwether for President Yoon's political fate? We turn to legal expert Joung Hwang. Good morning.
Good morning.
So as we are speaking, the court is still drawing up the final statements for the ruling to bring Han back to the office. Now, was this a surprise ruling to you?
Well, at least the way I'm reading the situation, this is exactly how I expect it to be. But that doesn't mean that how I'm thinking is the way the court is thinking. But I even posted about this on my SNS a few days ago. I expected Han to return. And my next prediction will be President Yoon will be removed from office in an 8-0 decision. So let's see if my prediction continues to come true.
Well, I do have to say that this is an unprecedented case for South Korea and South Korean history. Now that we have our prime minister as the acting president back in the office, do you think it'll calm the political atmosphere at the moment?
Well, I'm sure the ruling party and these far right-wing rallies that we see, I think they'll get worked up. I think they're going to feel that they're winning at the moment because they got what they wanted. They got Han Duck-soo back. I think their moment of elation will be short-lived. At least that's my prediction.
Well, Han's impeachment case was considered a bellwether that enables people to grasp the court's decision on Yoon's impeachment trial. Is that the case, or would it be difficult to directly link Han's case to Yoon's impeachment trial? What do you think?
Well, I'm not sure whether my thinking process is shared by all the other legal watchers, and to be sure, if you turn on any of the news channels on Korean language TV or radio shows, there is no shortage of legal pundits out there, opining themselves. So here's just my 2 cents on the matter. I don't quite look at the whole situation from a legal perspective because, as you mentioned, this is unprecedented. And Constitutional Court, by the cases they decide on, is a highly politicized agency. I mean, it has to be. I mean, you're only dealing with constitutional questions, which by definition is a political question.
Well, now that the ruling, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, please continue with your reporting if you have to be. But my thinking was that I think the court, based on my observation of court's tendencies over many years, is that they want to look as politically neutral as possible. Which means, in this instance, throwing some bone to the far right-wingers, as well as trying to, keep their loyalty to institution that is the Constitutional Court. So what I expected was to look at all these impeachment trials, not just the Han Duck-soo, but the other impeachments that Democratic Party has brought before the martial law. I thought that would actually go against the Democratic Party. And then I think the court has shown 8-0 unity in all those decisions. And I think that will actually, try to placate the sort of far right-wing elements of the Korean society. But ultimately, I believe that based on kind of ridiculousness of the emergency martial law itself, I believe that the Constitutional Court will decide 8-0 to remove President Yoon from his office. So that is my reasoning. It's not really legal reasoning as much as a political reason.
So one ruling is down during this so-called judicial super week. And now that the ruling for Prime Minister Han Duck-soo is out, do you think the court will announce a ruling date for Yoon's trial soon? Could it be today? What do you think?
Yeah, that's harder to predict, but I'm guessing maybe this Friday. I think they'll wait until see what the High Court on the opposition leader Lee Jae-myung does on Wednesday. So that is why this week is sort of the judicial super week, because heavy decisions, big decisions are handed down. And I suspect the Constitutional Court will actually kind of wait for what the High Court will say. And on Friday, I think we should expect to hear the decision of President Yoon's case.
So you expect Friday to be the big day, but the question is, when do you think the court will announce the date before the big day?
I think as soon as the High Court decision on Wednesday on Lee Jae-myung's cases announced, I'll think that will be the appropriate time.
Well, also today, that's not it. Seoul Central District Court is holding the second preparatory hearing in President Yoon's insurrection trial that is also ongoing. Now, he's not showing up. Why do you think he's being absent?
Well, I mean, I don't think at this stage that trial is going to matter all that much. I mean, think about it. It's the prosecutor is prosecuting the sitting president, and he is relieved of his duties at the moment. So whether he returns to the office or he gets removed will make a huge impact on the behavior of prosecutors going forward, right? So as long as that is uncertain, I think right now that trial is sort of immaterial.
Well, sir, we are now officially, like I said, into this so-called judicial super week. Let's see how today's verdict will reshape the political landscape here in the country. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning.
Thank you very much.